Alright, all you insomniatic TV channel surfers out there tonight, welcome back to the Tuesday Night Special. And now it's time for us to go into a very special post-Valentine's Day edition of the As Seen on TV. And to kick off this rabbit hole that we're gonna go down for the What a Cartoon series, the first cartoon that we're gonna mention up is none other than Johnny Bravo. And that's the closest impersonation I can do for this guy, which the meat and potatoes of this show features a man who wears hair gel and tries to pick up chicks no matter where he goes and no matter what sort of situation he gets himself into. And this show debuted on March 26th of 1995 and would end unfortunately on August 27th of 2004. And the break in between that period of 9 years, folks, would feature some of the funniest things you see on TV of a man trying to pick up a girl and would fail at every moment he would do so. And before we go any further into that, folks, there's 3 interesting things we have to point out about this show. 1, the person who made this show Vampartable was actually a part of the What a Cartoon series, which is obviously known. But one thing I got a feeling a couple of you fans out there didn't know is that Seth MacFarlane and Butch Hartman, yes, that's right, folks, the people who created not only Family Guy, but also created The Fairly Odd Parents along with Danny Phantom, Tough Puppy, and whatever other project he got coming down the tubes as of late, helped create this show. I never knew that, and I was shocked and amazed when I figured that out. But then again, Butch Hartman did talk about it during one of the podcasts he had on his YouTube channel, which I recommend a couple of you out there go out there and see. And to this very day, the thing that I loved about this show, besides the silly nature and how many times Johnny Bravo would strike out with these girls, but the different situations that caused him to fly into the air and scream, "Oh, mama," which was absolutely ridiculous. And for those who never seen Johnny Bravo before but watched Looney Tunes in the past, just imagine a tamer version of Pepe Le Pew. And that's saying something, folks. That really is saying something. And one of my favorite episodes of Johnny Bravo to this day has to be when he decided to go on a newspaper ad to go out with this girl who transformed into a were-dog, or was it a werewolf? Either way, he had to wait until sunrise to go out with this girl in her true form, or her not-so-true form, and would go through some very silly and what reminded me of Rob Schneider and Deuce Bigalow male gigolo sort of things to actually go out with this girl, only for the girl to turn into some guy named, I think, Larry? Pretty sure the guy's name was Larry, and got offered a chili cheese dog for him to run down the road and just say, "Screw this." And oh, one other thing I would have to say about the show is it led to 2 movie specials, including a Valentine's Day special where Johnny Bravo would actually get a girlfriend, and for that to go wrong for him too, which I was really sad for. I was hoping for a good ending for this guy, but it appears that he's not meant for happiness. And oh, not to mention, he got punched in the face by Santa Claus during the Christmas episode after one episode that he did have where he accidentally hit Santa Claus in the face, giving him a black eye, which made me laugh for days on end, even though my brother and sister didn't appreciate it one bit. You know, Santa Claus getting clocked in the face? Nope, not a thing to see on TV. But funny to me. I don't care what they say. And oh, and thank you for reminding me, Maestro, one thing we almost forgot to mention, the guy who actually voiced Johnny Bravo did voiceovers for several cartoons over the years, not only Dexter's dad in Dexter's Laboratory, also voiced Jitters, a dog in the cartoon series Bonkers, Petrie in The Land Before Time, Brooklyn in the TV show of Gargoyles, IQ from James Bond Jr., for those who remember when we reviewed that, and was even able to voice several different voices during the classic show of Freakazoid, including the Huntsman. Darn the luck, darn. I got a feeling we're gonna have to watch that, but before we do, folks, seeing the fact that we don't know how to review shows along the lines of TV Guide or any of those other TV show reviewers out there that we know of, we say this. If you want to watch a guy who has the moves like Michael Jackson and kung fu moves like something along the lines of Bruce Lee to try to get girls to date him on a daily basis only for him to get more injuries than Inspector Gadget or any other person you known for getting injuries like Evel Knievel, all while riding an Evel Knievel-like bike, by the way, that I keep forgetting to mention that he actually owned during the later seasons, then I recommend you go out there, pick up your TV channel remotes, and watch that show. And oh, by the way, he also had his own radio show as well too for Cartoon Network called JBVO, where you would actually go in and request shows to Johnny Bravo himself, live on TV, which blew my mind. And with that said, folks, I think it's time for us to head back to music, and when we return, we'll be back with another edition of the IndieK Triple S Deluxe right after this. So don't go watching infomercials just yet, folks, and stay tuned.